Capricorn, welcome back if you're returning. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. It is a general reading for Capricorn, placement Sun, Moon, or Rising. We have 3 decks this week, using the Metamorphasis Deck, and the Linestrider Tarot, and the Seers Tarot. Let's see what we have for you this week. We're going to do 3 cards off each deck. And the general message that I got during the pre-recording meditations was unspoken. This is the word that was coming through. I think there are things that need to be said that haven't been said, possibly things that need to be heard that haven't yet been heard. This could do with things you feel but you haven't discussed. This could be information that you haven't thought to share with somebody yet that needs to hear it. We'll see how it plays out in the cards. Those are your 3, but the Devil card was coming out as well, so I'll just kind of stick that here. Keep that in mind. It's not part of your reading, but perhaps since it was presenting itself, it has something to do with your reading, Capricorn. Your energy perhaps just coming through there. I think traditionally Capricorn is associated with the Devil card. Let's see what we have for you from the Seers Tarot. And then we'll get just a general sense of the energies of all of these cards, and then we'll look more closely at each of them. Okay? Hope you're having a good week out there. Let's see, Capricorn. We have from the Metamorphosis, we have Cancer, Crystal Magic of the Earth, Spirit, Cosmic Soul. From the Linestrider, we have 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords. A lot of mental energy in your week. King of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and the Sun coming out of the Seers Tarot. Pretty interesting reading. Pretty good energies here. Feels like you're moving now from a place of overthinking something, of being really wrapped up in your head about what should I do, how should I do this, to a space of clarity that is really narrowing down your thinking to exactly the essentials, what you need to be focusing on. Feels like financially there may have been some losses recently in the past months, but you're in a good space and you're starting to feel that rejuvenation in all areas of your life, including the financial, at this time. So whoever I'm picking up on here, kind of moving from a space of worry and overthinking and loss into a better situation, a better material situation, a better mental situation overall. The Cancer card, these Metamorphosis cards have small words on them that you can't really see unless you're close up. So I'm going to read them to you and then I'll show you the card. Cancer doesn't necessarily mean there's a Cancer person involved. It could be that there's someone with a Cancer placement who is factoring into your week, but it more likely means the qualities of Cancer energy that you are displaying in your life right now. The empath, caring, receptive, shy, moody, fearful. This is the shadow side of that energy. It is Cancer season still, very briefly before we move into Leo season. So there could be something about this season that has been making you feel more caring, pulling out your empathic energies, your nurturing side, your concerned for others side. So you can see that the words are very light on there, but they're there. So we have Cancer followed by 9 of Swords. I think possibly in being empathic, in caring about others, there's a certain anxiety around that right now. Someone is struggling, or people that you care about are struggling. Certainly, larger forces of of struggle and loss are in our energy field right now. But you have a confidence about your position. So you're looking at others and empathically feeling their feelings, and you're concerned for them, you're worried for them. There is some anxiety there that's kind of plaguing you about other people's situation, but your own situation, you feel fairly confident in your ability to make up that ground that you may have lost recently. Crystal magic of the earth. Look for your crystals. Look to your crystals for help. Shift your vibration. Pardon me. So if you are one that works with crystals, spend some time with them. Pardon me. My throat is really, yeah, there's definitely something there. Usually when my throat closes up like that, there's something that needs to be said that isn't being said. Again, back to that general theme of unspoken. There's something that needs to be communicated, but you're resisting that communication. It's almost feeling like you are right now getting in touch with parts of yourself that you don't normally acknowledge. Give me just a moment here. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. I feel like you may be, Capricorn, someone who's fairly rational, logical, definitely focused on the scientifically provable aspects of life. And right now you're feeling some things. You're empathetic and your intuition is kicking in, and you may be starting to explore topics around crystal magic. You may be starting to explore some of the esoteric fields of study, and that feels weird to you. And I don't mean you've gone and found a shaman and you're deeply into several volumes. I just mean it's starting to maybe occur to you that there are things that make sense in this world that cannot be proven. And that feels a little uncomfortable for you. That's not something you would ever admit to anyone freely at this time. But what I'm getting from the cards is that that's important for you right now, to accept that there are some wisdoms in this world that cannot be proven with formulas. And so I think that's where that's coming in. The Four of Swords is inviting you to give your mind space to rest, to not be a slave to your traditional way of thinking or your traditional way of living, but to give yourself some space mentally to consider the alternatives, to accept that there are many ways to be, not just one. The Four of Pentacles, I think this has to do with your financial situation. You know, you feel confident in your ability to regain what may have been lost, and you have a fair sort of nest egg for yourself, resource-wise, financially or materially, in your connections and the ways that you can find things to sustain yourself and your family. You have kind of a reserve there, and that's not what's causing you the anxiety. If you're feeling nervous right now, it's around thinking and around shifting perspectives. It's not about the finances, really. You might point to that if someone were to ask why you're feeling nervous, because that's an easily understandable thing for people to look at, but that's not really what this is about. Spirit, Cosmic Soul is your third card from the Metamorphasis Deck. God Source, Divine Connection, Purity, Interconnection, Cleansing, and Life. There's definitely some spiritual stuff going on for you right now. I feel like whomever I'm picking up on hasn't really been super comfortable with it in the past. And this could be, I mean, this is, you are someone watching a tarot video on YouTube. So that seems like an odd statement to make. But there's something about your connection to divine that you haven't fully embraced in the past, and it's starting to make a lot more sense to you on a deep knowing, an inner knowing level that that's new. It's definitely new, and you're not entirely comfortable with it yet, but you're working on it. It's starting to make sense that everything can't be a math problem. Two of Swords tells me that there's a need here to sort of narrow your focus in order to make some choices you need to make. That may require you to avoid looking at certain variables just so that you have a manageable set of facts to consider so you can actually make a choice. The other part of this card is speaking to situations where someone might intentionally avoid a truth in order to make a choice. And that will be different things for each of you. This card is beautiful energy. This is like the best, most positive, not maybe best, that's judgmental, but this has the most positive energy in it of all the cards in the deck. I think that you are in a good space. I think the stuff you're working on right now internally is so important. In the past, you may have avoided it. It doesn't look like it's overwhelming. It's a little bit of a shift for you. It feels a little weird, but it's not overwhelming you. And the outcome is a really positive one. So stick with that. I encourage you, Capricorn, to keep doing this work. I think it's really good for you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sharing this time. Apologies for missing last week to you folks that come every week. I didn't intend to, but it turned out that way, and I think it was good. It was restorative. I hope that you have a great week, and we will see you next time. Blessings.